Hey everybody, 609 Collector here coming at you. This time, I guess it's like a continuation. I already showed you the video where I did this layering technique. And then I showed you the idea of how you can cut the bricks. So what you're seeing here, you can definitely tell because up to here, they're all neat and square and exactly the same because I did them vertical lines, horizontal lines, and then I cut them across, and then I just cut off half of each brick and layered them here. And as you can see, it's kind of even, but up here it looks even, but it's really not, because when you stand it up, it definitely leans off to the left. So next time I'll make it square, but this is all new for me. I'm just kind of like working this technique out and figuring out as I go. But yeah, I started this because my daughter had poked holes in my styrofoam, so I said I might as well get on it and just, you know, dig out bullet holes and get to work on a project. So I'm gonna, like I said, the really cool thing about this is if you want perfectly clean bricks, this is so nice. And it's much quicker to carve one vertical line and then horizontal lines, you know, and just use your knife to do, and just stick a pen in there. Because if you watch my other video, which I'll have a link to in the description, that's just how you do it. I'm pretty sure, it's been so long since I started this, like over a week, but I'm pretty sure I shot the first part of the video like that, where I showed you the process of doing the whole thing. And if I didn't, then I'll do a separate video where I start one thing from start to finish. But yeah, you're able to do this, and this is so neat, so clean. You can see there's depth in here because in between and across all your lines have depth, and it even looks like there's a little bit of curvature to my bricks. But the only thing is, like, these bricks aren't super, they're too clean, that's what I should say. Up here, similar things, but I've beat it up. Then I hit it with the wash, and then I just crumbled up this end here, you know, to give them some crumbly crumbles, make them look like they've been beat up and worn. And then once I hit it with the black wash, it'll be good. I shouldn't have the issue here up here, because again, this was the first time I ever attempted this. I did have a little bit of gappage, so, you know, painting it was fine. I just, you know, had to do a wash to really get in there. Some cheap Apple Barrel from Walmart, just the blacks. I'm just gonna use those paints, but that's it. So in this video, pretty much, I'm just gonna start beating this up a little bit. All right, started recording, then I stopped because I was dragging on. Pretty sure I would have cut that and then jumped into here, but yeah, I was just talking about how pristine the wall looked and how I wanted to ugly it up. So I went through, I put in gouges, as you can see. Ooh, it looks much better from this angle. I like it. All right, hold on. Let's go over what we did here. So you can see uneven bricks. I was basically able to just take the knife and push down. I would have to do it twice, like go like that, and then this section. But I did poke in a bunch of uneven bricks randomly throughout, you know. Actually, what I want to do, move that. I want to do one more up here. Let's do it right here. I feel like it adds just a lot of randomness to it. And then some edges like here, I just kind of indent it in the brick that way, and then some corners I just pulled in, you know, didn't even have to make them, and just throughout the whole thing just to make it look kind of beat. Now I'm gonna give it a rub to make sure. I'm probably gonna hit it with a brush, a broad brush, make sure I get any loose pieces of foam out of there, any debris. But then I really uglied it up, and I didn't have a brick. I live in a condo, so I can't actually go outside. Actually like go outside and find a rock. So I looked around the house trying to get creative and like, what can I use to add a little bit of texture? It actually had a piece of aluminum foil. I lost the cap to my vegetable oil, so I had aluminum foil crinkled up on there. I just took that off and just dabbed my way across this thing, back and forth, top to bottom. And I think it added some texture to the brick. We can see how it looks on the black. It's not as, pronounced up there, which I think is fine. So that makes me think that once I do the black wash on this, it'll be good. I even tried to put it in here, and I did these ends with it too. So all this is gonna have to get hit up. I think I would have mentioned it too. This one actually came out pretty good. But I wanna try and use a hot wire cutter. I don't want to spend $150 on one of the boxes, but I'm gonna try and maybe get one or make one and come up with a way to do it like a vertical plumb hot wire, so I can cut across, because as beautiful as they are, this side will always be 1 inch by 1/2 inch. The back side, there's no guarantee. So instead of being able to get double use out of this and using both sides, the back side's just kind of like, kind of beat. I can't guarantee that any of these are going to be the same as the front, so I'm not even using the back. So the back is hideous. There's just glue seeping out and everything. It's uneven. Can't really cry over it, because the front is what it's about, and the front looks good. So, yeah. So I'm about to do a wash on this, and then we'll see how it looks. Doing my black. Again, my black apple barrel. Daughter's watching Rampage very loudly in the background. She loves monster movies and like dinosaurs. So, that's just it. It's pretty simple. Your base coat, it's just gonna be pretty broad. The thing is, it's just gonna have to really get it in there and come back when you're getting inside the cracks. So once I get this on, that's what I'm gonna do. Like over here, you can see the pink in there, because these lines are so deep. It's kind of hard to see on camera. Okay, like this one here, I can go over it, but you can still see the pink in there. So that's what's really gonna have to come down to. So getting it pretty wet and just slapping it on there and letting it soak in is where it's gonna have to come from. When it comes to those deep crevasses. You're going to wipe my crevasse and be damn glad for the opportunity. Alright. Alright, well, that's that part. I got my very watery black paint, and I'm just going horizontally and letting it sink in there. I hit it with a hairdryer just to get that, it's very wet, so to get that dried off, I just hit it with a, from a decent distance away, a hairdryer, just to let it go from wet like this to dry like this, just dry enough so I can see what is actually painted and what's not. And then doing that, I'm just going through and really just letting it soak these lines. And then once I do the horizontal lines and the holes and all the gouges, I'm going to do the vertical. Alright, and then I'm going to let that dry. Then I'm going to make dinner. And when I come back, I'm going to see what's done and what's not. And then do my last little touch-ups. And then I'm going to paint the right. Now, this is very runny. This is just water and then black paint. Very, very runny. Just so like I just really needed to fall in there. Really needed to seep into those cracks. It's my main concern right now. It's just getting it in these cracks. Alright. So I'm gonna do this. Like I said, then the horizontal, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm gonna try and shoot the video before everyone in the house wakes up and I get no peace. So this is it done. All I'm gonna do is hit it with a matte finish. I like it. I didn't really record me doing the painting just because of everything that's going on. The only thing is I'm gonna have to mix up some gray paint and hit this up because I somehow got this now in retrospect. I should have left this black and done this last, but I'm gonna touch that up and call it a day. But yeah, all I did was use my two cheap ass Walmart paints, Barn Red and the other one, and I just mixed it with black. I mixed the one with black and just did a layer of first black and then the really dark, like poopy brown. And then I just mixed less black every time I did one. Just make sure I had enough to cover it, and then I just mixed it a little bit lighter and did it again and again and again. I may have done too many coats. Might have done one, next time do one black and then one medium, like a medium coat. Maybe like the red, one of the reds with a little bit of black, and then a little less, and then I just dusted over it with the Barn Red, and then I just took my little 1/2-inch brush here, and then I would dip it into the one paint, and then I would just hit up these bricks like this, you know. So, and it pretty much at random, there, here you can see. I just added some I just picked out places at random to hit it. So this is pretty much like the base red I went over it with, and then this is a different red, and then I added a little bit of black to this red to get some of these. Just try and mix it up. No, I mean, I don't really know. I haven't really looked at brick wall and seen what, to be honest, some are like completely red. People have said, sometimes bricks are different colors, so I just tried that. What I really like, though, is this here. I like the way this came out, the method of breaking it, but I like how this came out even better, what I did here. I didn't do it on all of them, but I liked, where am I at? I like how I just did this just by carving the little line down there. I just like that. Yeah. So next time I do one, I'll probably do that for all of them. Just carve those little lines. And then maybe even like completely remove a brick on one side. But this is my first attempt. And it's a 1/6 scale. So I like it being bigger, made it a little easier, and I actually finished something. So yeah, that's it. Quick recap. Layered bricks, one at a time. Basically horizontal lines, vertical lines, slice them and just slide one row over and cut off the edge. I would recommend doing it square because this, just using something like some kind of straight edge, because this ain't square, baby. This is not square. It's not horrible, but you can definitely see as you get to the top, it starts to kind of go off. But that doesn't bother me that much at all. Again, first attempt, this was all practice. I think it came out good, I like it. Just fits in the detail, so you can't do anything crazy with it. I might take, actually, that's an idea. I might take out a detail shelf, because I want to do one with a corner, so I might take out a detail shelf, turn a corner, and then put a figure on top here. And you have a figure sitting on the top there, secured of course, and then have another one on the bottom. Maybe that might be cool. Maybe build a wall and put some Spider-Man figures on top, and then okay, well, in the future. All right, guys, thanks for checking it out. If you have any comments, please, put them down below. I like to see them. I always try to respond. Like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see. I'm going to try and put out more content as much as possible, because I feel like, content is the key. That's what you people want to see. All right, later.